Welcome to In Search for Wellness this day, and I invite you to accompany me together on this journey of trying to search for wellness, to find ways in which you can provide alternative means of providing a broad range of nutrients to our cells. Today we are going to make a special vegetable cocktail. We are going to make a special vegetable cocktail. I've already cut up my cocktail of vegetables. See, I have cut them up in a similar structure. I have created thin rectangular shapes of the capsicums and the cabbage. I've cut it in a rectangular form. The carrots, I've cut them into those more rectangular thin strips. The snow peas in a similar manner. And you can see our onions as cut them longitudinally so that when they are cooked, they are long and beautiful. I've cut them pumpkin also in thin strips, in thin rectangular strips. Here is our spinach. We have our cubes of our tomatoes. Here we have celery and a twig of rosemary, and our cubed garlic and the spring onion. There is our spring onion, obviously cut in small rings. We are going to first of all heat the carrots in hot olive oil, so that they can release their carotenoids, and the carotenoids will also flavor the rest of the vegetables. A pumpkin may look quite solid and firm, but we know that pumpkin heats and cooks very easily. It is a very easily steamable vegetable, and we will add it almost later together with the other veggies, so that it does not cook and break up. When you add your pumpkin into a cocktail of vegetables like this, it is good to identify the timing, because you want them to come out still firm, like cooked carrots, still firm, but not soft. They should not break, because if they break, they spoil the whole preparation. I have some hot oil in this black pot, olive oil that I've added there, mixed with some corn oil. And we are going to start our cooking with the carrots. You add our bowl of carrots. You allow these carrots, first of all, to cook on their own. We are going to allow the carrots to cook on their own in the hot oil, so that they can release their beta carotene. Give it about 4 minutes to cook on its own, and then we can add the other ingredients. That is our carrot. We've given it a few minutes, actually less than 4 minutes, so that we can add the others. We are going to add a little bowl of celery there. We are going to add the bowl of celery in the oil, so that we can cook in the oil to release its flavor easily when it is cooked in the oil. We have also added a twig of rosemary, that's a small twig that will give us a very special flavor of rosemary. Almost all the vegetables that we are cooking together, they are all steamable. They are all steamable vegetables, and they cook very, very fast. And one of the aims here is to cook the vegetables at relatively high temperature, so that they can produce the steam and cook very fast. We don't want them to boil in their water, but you want them to create steam. The oil, the water which is in the vegetables, we want that water to create steam. You can see at close range our carrots. Now we are going to add the other lot of vegetables. All these other vegetables, we are going to put all of them together, because when they are put together and they steam properly, they all cook at the same time. We all have steamed properly and to be crunchy at the same time without them getting too soft, even with our pumpkin coming out gentle, soft, and still firm, cooked and still firm. So we are going to add all our vegetables together. We want them to blend all their flavors together. The spring onions there, the garlic there. The carotenoids, we say they are more accessible even from the carrots when they have been heated in oil. So this is a rainbow. You can see the color mix of our vegetables. This is actually a rainbow of colors. And all these vegetables, each one of these vegetables is a nutritious vegetable in its own right. They have got vitamins, they have got minerals, they have got vitamin chemicals, they have spinach have got proteins, the sugar snaps have proteins, they are carbohydrates, and when you makes this cocktail, this is a very highly nutritious, nutrient dense. It's a very nutrient dense dish. In the morning, one can have it on its own. I have had this kind of meal in the morning for many years, and I saw an incredible change in my body and in my life, in my creativity, in my ability to work for long hours after consuming these kind of vegetables in the morning for almost a whole year. We are going to allow these vegetables to simmer on their own so that they can produce their own water, and then allow that water to steam up these vegetables. I'm going to add the tomatoes next time when we check up what is going on. You can see the steaming that is going on with our vegetables in that pot. You can see the top is full of droplets of water because all those vegetables are full of water. We are going to add our tomatoes at this point. So add our tomatoes so that they can cook up and also add their juice to our vegetables. I will also add my salt. I've not salted my vegetables, but I'm going to just salt them. You remember that all these vegetables, being wholesome plant foods, they are very high in potassium. The salt is sodium chloride, and we still need these ions of sodium and chloride in the body chemistry. But we should not have it in excess amount because then it will give the body problems. But all our foods are good in potassium. With the herbs that we have added, like rosemary, like celery, like onions, these just go a long way of improving the flavor so that we don't put a lot of salt in our food. We'll give it a little bit more time so that we don't continue losing the steam. We want that steam to be used in steaming the vegetables. I will add my little salt. If you eat your food, you find that your salt is, you can really taste the salt. You know that the salt is a lot. So, when we use the tongue to taste to test the amount of salt. The tongue will always cheat us. The tongue will always mislead us, and you end up putting a lot of salt in our foods. We are going to add only a little amount of water. A little amount of water, that is almost a quarter or a third of water in that cup. That is all that is enough to allow the vegetables steam in that water. We want to allow the vegetables to steam in that water and to complete the cooking process. I have tasted these vegetables. They are already crunchy. Anybody who wants to eat them the way they are already cooked and crunchy and very, very juicy. So you only give it only 1 more minute, 1 to 2 minutes. We cover it again so that it can steam up, and we give it 1 or 2 minutes to complete the cooking. You see the steam? That is the steam that cooks our vegetables. That's steaming, especially when you add a little bit of water, and then your temperature is a little bit higher. The flame is a little bit higher. That steam cooks your vegetables very, 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 very quickly. Our vegetables are ready now. Our vegetables are ready. I have switched off the burner. All the vegetables are okay and steamed. You can see there's a lot of steam that is coming up. And that is all we need to cook our vegetables. Our cocktail of these steamable vegetables, they cook within a very short time. Our vegetables are now ready for serving. This is a very good dish to take for breakfast, and you may not require anything. You may just require a bowl or a plate of your vegetables, and you are okay. The whole day, you are good. My cocktail of steamable vegetables is now ready. I have served it, and I have already tasted it. It is so lovely. It's so delicious. It's so juicy. It's so tasty. The flavors are coming out so well. You can detect all the flavors every time you crunch a particular veggie. You can get its flavor, can get its juice. All these juices and the flavors are blended together. You can see our pumpkins. You can see our pumpkins are still standing. Our pumpkins are still standing. They have not broken up. You can see our carrots are still standing. You can see our onions and our spinach and our capsicums. Everything is intact. And this vegetable is very juicy. It's very, very, very juicy. For breakfast, one can have it just like that, without even taking any other hard carbohydrates. This meal has got its own energy supply enough for the greater part of the day. For the greater part of the day, for the people who have to face great challenges in the office, a lot of brain work, a lot of challenges in thinking and cracking hard problems. You have all the nutrients that you require to enable you to accomplish all your tasks. It is very rich in vitamins, like we said. It is very rich in minerals. Minerals and vitamins are the critical micronutrients that are required in the body to help the cells convert the other large groups of food, carbohydrates, fat, and proteins. They are the ones which are required to metabolize those carbohydrates, those proteins, and the fats. And so vitamins and minerals and the small oils, the good oils, and phytochemicals are very, very, very powerful and very potent nutrients for the cells. This meal is rich in antioxidants. It is rich in other phytochemicals that go to build and help the body, to protect the cells, to protect the DNA. Like we said, it is good to create an assembly of a cocktail of these nutrient-rich vegetables. One may not, I will not necessarily advise one person to only consume carrots only because of the beta carotene, or consume the pumpkins only because of the carotenoids, or just consume the beets because of their carotenoids also. But I suggest, and this is what I've seen work so well, to have a mix. You can see we have put several vegetables together, but one can always decide the mix that you want to make, and you can build a very good cocktail. I say this food is very nutritious. You can have it for breakfast. You can have these vegetables for your meals, for lunch, or for supper. It's very rich, very tasty, very good with the children, especially the children who say they don't like vegetables. You'll be surprised at how they will learn how to eat these vegetables. I take this opportunity again to thank you very much for visiting my channel, for perusing my work. It keeps me motivated. It keeps me, gives me the zeal to continue searching and working out more so that I can bring you more. Please, I encourage you to try this cocktail and also make it a part of your regimen or your menu for your meals, for yourself and your family. And if you're the person who just eats in the hotel, please be encouraged to make this kind of vegetables in the evening when you get home, or when you are free at home. Try to make these vegetables. These will really build great wellness in your body, bring satiation, and will help you fight cravings. They'll help you fight cravings because of the intensity of the nutrients. Welcome.